Hello friends, welcome to my channel Coding Stars and Geniuses. Today we are going to see Python installation. So what are the prerequisites for installing Python on your machine? So definitely you need an internet browser and internet connection, of course. The user ID which you have logged into the machine, it should have administrator access. So make sure that you have the administrator access. We are going to install on a Windows 10 64-bit operating system, and we are going to install Python 3.1 version of it. So it is actually Python 3.10 version of it. Okay, so we'll get into the installation demo. So for this, I'll open my Chrome browser. So in the search bar, just type Python download. So it will get you the python.org company's URL. So you will see download Python URL, clickable URL. So click on it. So it gets you to the company python.org website. So here you can get the details on what versions you can download on which operating systems. Okay, so we can get we can install Python on Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac OS and other operating systems. Okay, so if you browse down a bit, it will give some details on what are the latest releases that are available. So we are going to do an installation of 3.10 version of it, and of course it was released on 2021 4th of October, and its end support ends on October 2026. So these are all the earlier versions of Python. So if you browse down a bit, you will see which specific release of Python you want to download. So I want 3.10 version of it. So there is a download button. I'll just click on it. So this is the page for Python 3.10.0 version of it. So you can get what are the new features added on top of the old version 3.9. So you can whenever you visit this website, you can just go through what are the new features that are available. If you browse down a bit, so you will see all the downloadable version of this 3.10 version. So this is for the Windows 64-bit, Windows 32-bit, then Mac operating system, then Unisys Linux operating system, so on and so forth. Okay, so we will the machine that I am working is having Windows 10 operating system is 64-bit. So I'll just download this installer file. So just click on it, and the file is downloaded. So I'll just click on this upward arrow and show in folder. So that will get me to the download folder path. So the exe file is downloaded, and it is of 24 MB in size. So we'll try to run this installer exe application to install the Python. Okay, so we have a pop-up box which says install now, custom installation, install launcher, then add Python 3.10 to path. So what this one is, we have a path variable, and it is very useful to add the Python to the path variable, so that whenever you run any Python program from any of the folder path, it will directly recognize Python in that particular folder. So it is always better to add this feature while installation. Then we are not going to do a custom installation, so we'll just ignore this and click on the install now. So since as I mentioned earlier, the user ID should have administrator access. It is asking once again to re-enter the password. So I have entered it. It is trying to install the Python software. So it will take a couple of minutes, so we need to have some patience for about 2 to 3 minutes. So have some patience while the software is getting installed. So we are almost done. Okay, so once the installation is complete, you will get this message: setup was successful, and you will get some details you can go through if you would like. Just press close button. So we know that the software is now installed. Let's have a look at the Windows Start menu. So there you go, like Python 3.10. These are all the help documents which are installed along with the software. This is the Windows IDLE. So you'll just browse a bit, and if you go to under P section, we will see a folder called Python 3.10. Just expand it. So these two are the manuals for Python 10, as well as this is for the IDLE, so integrated development language environment. So it is a GUI interpreter for Python. This is the normal command prompt version of Python. So we'll just try to run the IDLE version first. So just click on it. So there you go. So it did run it. So this is the IDLE shell, where you can type the Python instructions, okay, and try to run Python programs. So I'll just close this one. We'll also try to run the command line version of Python. So for that, click on this. Click on this Windows Python 3.10 version of it. So this is the command prompt version of the Python 3.10 64-bit. So it is similar to IDLE, except like those additional features won't be there. So I think we have covered almost everything related